this is becoming, I would never say I like any sports week over a week that has pro football action, right, on the gridiron. Like a week 5 in the NFL versus this week, I think I still take week 5, except for the fact that it is action-packed news, breaking news in the NFL. It's unbelievable what goes on.
Crazy.
Including, well, we're still waiting on Deshaun Watson. Who's he going to sign with, the Falcons or Saints? It seems like it's down to 2 teams. Davante Adams, brother Bry, to the Raiders.
Unreal.
What an F you to Aaron. I really want to know what happened here. Like, Rodgers had to know. I think he had to know, right, Bry? For this to go down.
He had to know. I mean, it seemed like Adams really wanted out of there. It seemed like I'm sure he was done with some of this Rodgers stuff going on. But it looked like, he wanted to go back with Carr. I mean, he was looking for I will say, he was looking for a crazy deal. The Raiders did give it to him. I mean, he's getting like $28 million a year, which is a little bit. I mean, that's kind of insane.
Don't
for
worry about
a wide
it.
receiver.
Gives a crap. Your money.
Boy, I'll tell you.
No. I know. I think this is. I mean, for the Raiders, it's funny. I'm more pessimistic than most people, so I didn't love it as much as everybody. Just because you bring in a new staff and you're like, all right, maybe this new staff could bring in some young guys. But you know what? This is it really. This next 2 or 3 years, you kind of have to be in the hunt here in the West. And, this move at least puts them back in there. I don't think it's more than really I don't think it's going to benefit them more than the next 2 years. But, I mean, it does make their offense. It does solidify their offense. And, they didn't have a main wide receiver. They had Renfro and Waller. And that was pretty much it. I mean, losing Ruggs really killed them. So getting Adams is, it's a great 2 year move. It's a great 2 year move for them.
For sure. Who cares about the 2 or 5? What do we care about that far in the future anymore in today's NFL? I know. Listen, there's a small chance that Aaron Rodgers made Davante Adams a spectacular receiver and that he's just average or whatever. I think there's a small chance of that. But you got Carr throwing a Waller. You have him throwing a Adams, right? You have it's unbelievable now what's going on with that offense. You have, I think, the second best offense in the division. You have the second best defense, I think, in the division. Don't second guess this. Who cares how much money you're spending?
Well, no.
Also, you're getting rid of draft picks, which is a blessing.
I will say, I know
the draft picks are your team's kryptonite. You have
there was a part of me that enjoyed really just bashing the Raiders draft picks every year. I mean,
and it's in Vegas, and they're not going to have draft picks the first 2 rounds.
That's kind of fun, but I mean, this it totally makes sense. I just know next year they're going to have to give Carr now. Carr's going to have to get his contract's going to be just gigantic. So, but I will say the good GMs, they find ways to get money. I mean, the Raiders for like 5 straight years have had a lot of money in these off seasons.
I think Harry wants to talk. I'm not sure.
I guess.
Brian, listen, I know you are optimistic and you want to see performance get done on the field instead of these signings, but Christmas came early to you. You get Chandler Jones, and then you get Adams here. The only other person who can say that Christmas came early too is my man Kirk Cousins, who now has a great shot at the division because Green Bay. Listen, they give Rodgers $150 million. That's fine, but how do you not lock down Davante Adams and let this just happen? I mean, listen, Sal, you do the cap of consequences. I'll let you guys pick anything you want me to do if Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP this year because he's going to have to prove it here because right now, Darren, you were dead on. It should have been Cup. It shouldn't have been Rodgers this year. So next year, when he's got Cobb, who's 31, and his other receivers, Lazard, they're not going to get done.
They're going to draft the receiver. They're going to draft.
They're going to sign
a receiver.
They're going to sign. They're probably going to sign. They would have signed like an Amari Cooper, probably that kind of that type. Well, okay. And they're going to draft the receiver probably for the first time in the first round, which is what Aaron Rodgers wanted all along. So I don't. Why are you counting them? I mean, just go ahead.
I'm not counting them out, but I'm counting them out for MVP.
We know what's going to happen.
The Vikings are 3-1. Harry, bet the Vikings at 3-1.
Sure.
How much are you going to bet? $20?
I bet him plus 250 last year. Lost. Yeah. I'll bet him at 300 this year. This is the divisions. Why the divisions between Minnesota and Green Bay?
You lost the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that.
But Davante Adams did so much damage. Now he's gone.
Well,
let's leave Rodgers do it now at 39 years old.
They're going to be okay.
Well, look, here's what's going to happen.
I don't know.
Green Bay is going to win that division. Rodgers is going to put up his typical numbers. He'll figure it out. And the Raiders will probably go like 10-7, and Adams will have a less than spectacular year with the Raiders. Not as good as he was. His
Carr
numbers will not be what
plenty
they were
in college. Plenty in touchdowns in college.
I'm just telling you, the way this always
Cobb
plays.
and Valdez-Scantling missed 9 games last year combined too.
Those are not going to be their starter. They're not going to be the first go-to guys. I promise
Rodgers
you. They're not
going to still win that division. He's going to win that division.
Well, what it was, he's 7-0 without Adams in his last 7 games or something like that.
How does Adams get a free pass? How does Adams get a pass on this? Like, we always criticize these receivers for being divas, right? And wanting out. He's got a guy who throws him the ball 100 times a game. And he wants out of that situation.
But he wanted his contract restructured for 2.5 years now, Darren.
Oh, well, now
they gave Rodgers $150 million.
I think the Packers are going to be fine. I think that, he's the MVP. You kind of have to pay him as much as we may not like him or whatever you think about him, but they're going to be fine. The Packers are not sunk because of this, but
they're sunk.
Nice move for the Raiders here.
There's a lot of pressure now on the Raiders. The Raiders have to have an excellent season this year. They have to. There's a lot of pressure.
AFC West.
Let's see if Carr can handle that pressure.
Every game in the AFC West, Darren, guys. Every game in the AFC West is must-see TV now. Every game between the division.
Should be a national. There should be national games all over the place. But Brian, you say there's a lot of pressure, Paul. Like, when there's pressure when they're drafting and they fuck it up every year. Well, you don't have this is your team's kryptonite, Brian. You don't have to draft. You're not going to screw up the first 2 picks. It's like someone taking a revolver out of your hand. And you're like, don't take this. Wait, whoa, you're supposed to shoot Putin with this. But no, instead I take 6 bullets to the nuts every April. Like, take this gun from me, please.
I mean,
I don't know what to do with it.
Mayock and Gruden in there, really. I mean, if they were back in there, that would really, worry me. Obviously, this new group in there with McDaniels. Again, maybe there's a little different there. But I totally get it. It's definitely going to improve. It's going to improve them for this next year.
Got to be pumped, Brian. You got to be pumped for this year.
Yeah.
Well, it's all going to come down. I do think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, is their offensive line a little bit better than it was last year? They did, by the end of the year, they did play a little bit better. So does that get better? And then defensively, are they as good as last year? I did hate, they lost Hayward to like a nothing deal to the Falcons, which sucked for the Raiders. But, they might be bringing in Gilmore too. That'd be, they still need help at corner. So
I don't know. Yeah, I like the Raiders for the most part last year. And people are like, well, they still have to be better than Denver. I'm like, I'm not sold on Russell Wilson being the second or third best quarterback in that division. And I'm not sold on the Chargers, who the Raiders were better than. They won that last game. That was big.
Yeah, the Raiders are the second best team in that division now.
Crosby, at least. Crosby and Jones rushing the quarterback. How many sacks are they going to get combined?
Yeah, they're going to be good. Now, I do want to look at the MVP. Yeah, we look at this 1,000 times between now and September. But for MVP value, I'm going to talk about the big names, the big movers or about to move guys here. So Baker Mayfield wants to get traded. The Cleveland's not going to trade him. He writes that letter. Someone in the organization says they want a grown-up at quarterback. He takes offense that he wants to get traded. Cleveland probably couldn't have handled it worse, but he's 60-1 to win MVP. Derek Carr, 25-1 to win MVP. Russell Wilson, 14-1 to win MVP. Deshaun Watson, without even knowing his team, 25-1 to win MVP. Harry, go ahead. You have a lot of thoughts on the MVP. You know it's going to be. You know it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers.
It's not going to be Rodgers. And
who is it?
I'm leaning towards Tom Brady. I'm leaning towards Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Had over 5,000 yards. Had the most touchdowns. I loved his tweet that he sent out saying that he's back and that this team, listen, he's going to sign players too. He's going to get Gronk to come back. Godwin signed. They're still going to be dangerous. I think it's Brady, especially coming back for another season. I think Green Bay took a major step down. That's my opinion. I know you guys don't think as much as that, but still, I think it's going to be Brady.
It's a simple reading comprehension. I put in the outline, out of these 4 quarterbacks, what's the better MVP value? Baker, Carr, Russell, and Watson, and Harry.
Baker MVP. I mean, guys, be lucky if he's a starter.
I'm saying value-wise, there could be someone. All right, I'm going to skip you all together, and maybe you'll listen to the other answers, and then maybe something will ring in your head. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, Harley Kid, show them how it's done.
I think Carr, Sal, is like we're saying it. I know I'm saying there's a lot of pressure on him, but he is now, been given the keys to the car, right? And this is his team, and they've really built around him. And I think that's what I think. So I think in this division, there's so much hype surrounding this division the team that wins this division, that's where the MVP really probably should come out of. Mm-hmm. And why not put Carr there? 25-1 right now, still for Carr with what he's got. He had a very good year last year, Carr.
Yeah.
He should now with probably a better offensive-minded head coach in there, combined with Davante Adams and a better defense that's going to help him too. I love Carr here. I love the value on Carr right now. Get it now, though.
Here's the thing. Now, Bri, I know you're afraid to say Carr here at 25-1, and the numbers, he's going to have to step it up for sure. He only had 23 touchdowns last year. In that, so what do you need? You need around 40. You need to throw fewer than like 10 picks usually, right? About 7 or 8. So he's got to bring the interceptions down. I think he could do it. In that 2015 year, he was at 32-13. He got hurt at the end, that 15 year, the last couple of games.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to get back to that form. He only had like 4,000 yards, but he missed a couple games. Carr was close to 5,000 yards. I know you love that, Harry. 4,800. Renfro, Waller, Davante Adams. I like it. 25-1. Am I missing something? I mean, if Watson landed with the 49ers, which doesn't seem like to be the two teams that he's considering, I would throw him in that spot because I think they could be excellent with that.
West is a slugfest, though.
Yeah,
a slugfest.
I know, but you know what? AFC West is a slugfest. And
Watson's not going to get the votes for an MVP, so
that's the other thing. That's true.
Eliminate him from the top this year.
That's true. Exactly right. All right, Bryce. So you're with us.
No, I mean, in terms of value, 25-1 is still good. I guess the thing is I have with Watson is 25-1. I mean, is he still going to get suspended for a few games? Like, what's the?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
he's still gonna miss a couple games, and then I think Russell's 14-1. He's going to help Denver win. Is he going to put up the numbers to be an MVP? I don't think so.
Not rushing yards, that's for sure.
Yeah. Russell only more than 26 touchdowns just once in the last 5 years.
Yeah, right. But these quarterbacks are going to have a great year, and then also, like Parlay Kid was saying, I think you kind of have to win the AFC West or just and put up really good numbers here to win it.
Right, I'm just saying 25 is a monster number.
Yeah, it's still a big number.
Carr. Yeah, pretty good. What are you saying, babyface? You like that Harry's saying he'll do anything from the Kappa Concert.
if you guys can pick whatever you want, if Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP, I'll do whatever you guys say.
How about Aaron Rodgers wins the division? He wins the division.
No. MVP. No way is he winning the MVP. No
way. You might have thought that this year. There was a lot riding against him.
Shouldn't have. Darren was dead on with Cup. Dead on.
He had he couldn't throw an interception in the regular season, Harry. That's kind of the mission for a quarterback.
Well, he did throw 3 in week 1 though, right? And got smoked.
Yeah. He did, and then ended up what 4 for the year? I mean, whoever
Carson Wentz had 7 picks for the year.
Who did you want?
Carson Wentz had 7 picks. I said, I agree. Carr's a great. I think Carson
Wentz had how many touchdown passes did Carson
27.
Wentz have? All right, come on, Harry. That's not the same. What are you talking about? If you believe in your numbers or not? Oh my God!
Aaron Rodgers had how many touchdown passes? 44.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Pretty good. But I'm just saying it's going to come down this year a lot.
You're just saying Wentz had half that, so he should be in the same conversation.
You asked me how many interceptions he had. He had 7.
All right,
good for a whole season.
Okay, I don't even know what to say anymore.
I'm just saying he's not winning. You guys can go ahead and pick from the Kappa Consequences because he is not winning the MVP. That's my statement.
Okay, babyface, you're gonna write this down, right? Now I have to root for fucking Aaron Rodgers to win MVP. This just sucks. If he's just saying, we got to figure out.
Valdez-Scantling, Lazard.
Go ahead.
I love it. Let's see you do it now, Aaron Rodgers.